Good morning. Welcome to morning practice on Thursday, January 25th. Full moon today, and I got a good view of it as I was making my way here this morning, and it is beautiful. It's funny, after all the rain, we have a very clear sky this morning, and the moon was just stunning. And now I see that dawn is breaking, so it's just feeling quite exciting. And it is also Robert Burns's birthday. I hail from Scotland originally, and it's something that is dear to my heart because Robert Burns was, amongst being a poet and a songwriter and a just extraordinary person, kind of a visionary, not kind of, he was a visionary of his time. He sort of lived for the reality that he knew in his heart to be his, even though it wasn't really the rules and conformity and cultural imprints of the time. And because of that, he evolved us and he evolved consciousness. And we've been talking this week throughout the practice about developing this relationship of authenticity with ourselves and learning to understand how we move from a place of how we feel rather than an external factor of measurement or an external system of measurement. And I think the more that we can tap into our authenticity in our practice, whether we're meditating, moving, the more authentic we are in our interactions everywhere. And that does bring a heightened consciousness. And I talk about heightening our sensory intelligence and authenticity in the body and having a relationship with yourself is the base of a heightened sensory intelligence because you are listening to what this incredible instrument of consciousness is telling you. So there's a lot of things tying together there. And I also feel my energy is a bit full moony. So if there are themes of this full moon, it again is a lot of heart energy and authenticity. I won't go into the astrology, but it's beautiful, and I encourage us all to really continue to have this relationship and to delve into the relationship of understanding whether we're doing a morning practice, and that's our sort of small cauldron of observation, or whether we're just out there in the world interacting, going about our day, to have an awareness of how we are participating. And if that is coming from a place of good feeling, that you feel through this, not that you think is supposed to look like from what are factors of measurement outside of you, but what's actually in your heart. Yes. So we'll do the moon salutation today because of the full moon, and it's just the perfect thing for that. And yeah, I think we should have a lovely heart meditation because we are so dedicating this moment and energy to connecting with that greater pull of the moon's magnification when it's full, that pulls on the water in our bodies just as much as it pulls on the tides and oceans, creating, waves and king tides. And these things are real. That's physics. And we are mostly water. And so when the moon is full, it has a greater pull on us. And if you feel yourself having more volume, greater emotions today, the moon is pulling your energy a little bit more. And it's purely natural law magnification. So let's come into meditation and reflect on this week of really developing a relationship of listening to our authentic feeling in ourselves as we navigate our practice. And so finding a nice tall spine, finding something either to sit up on like a bolster or block or blanket, or finding a comfortable seat in a chair. You're just getting any movement out, excuse me, any wiggles, any slight things that feel like you need to move. Do you need to move your legs before you come into stillness? And then just really finding a place of stillness and breathing there. And yes, noticing all, excuse me, all the thoughts from the mind before you on a stage like a wonderful drama playing out. And just understanding that you are the observer here and the play will go on, the curtains can come down, and you are in relationship to yourself in this moment, in your seat, invited to go within, to inhabit your internal space. And that can begin with just merely letting the thoughts go, letting the thinking go, and feeling where the body is in relationship to the ground, what is connecting to the earth, how does the circulation of energy, of life force feel inside of you. Breathing normally, but just noticing the breath, noticing how the air feels as it moves in through the nostrils, how the body expands to accommodate the inhale, and then how the body changes to accommodate the exhale. These very subtle movements, the breath breathing you, and imagine that breath as it enters and exits, making its pathway through the heart. So the heart expands as you inhale, and the heart recedes as you exhale. And you may want to here take one hand to the heart center and fold the other hand over top. You may have your hands in Anjali Mudra. You may just keep your palms in your lap. Immediately noticing if your hands are over top of each other, the reassuring warmth of your palms. There's such a profound, peaceful goodness that flows from our palms in the warmth that they emit. It's quite a beautiful part of being embodied, the way the hands emit energy and warmth, and their capability to do magic through creativity, through touch, through simply sending their energy outward. And here you are holding the hands, holding the heart, and breathing as the heart expands into the hands. And as you exhale, the hands holding the heart, and just appreciating holding this beautiful magnetic resonance, this lovely reassuring warmth. Allowing yourself to feel the heart, breathing in and out. And you just imagine, as we hold our hearts here, that inner light, the Jyoti, a light brighter than 10,000 suns, that is your unique and beautiful light. How it illuminates you from within. And as we connect our heart energy to the beautiful energy of creativity and touch and care that comes from our hands, they magnify each other. And that luminosity, that brilliance that you emit from the center of your heart grows, spilling beyond the periphery of the heart of your being, lighting up your auric field, lighting up your energy, lighting up the room around you. Your heart light glowing brightly beyond the body, beyond the being, as we continue to breathe in and out through the heart. Knowing that our heart light's continuing to grow, continuing to always emit photons and love, compassion, joy, exuding from us, exuding from our center. And you may, in this moment, call to mind the face of a beloved or pet, person, family member. You may call to mind a situation in the world that you would love to offer your love to your, from your sincere, authentic, heartfelt light you are sharing anywhere, anyone in the world. And feel into, for a moment, whatever that situation might be, or whatever the challenges might be. There's just this glow of what it is to be human, and a sort of happiness that we can give our heart light with love. We are always able to give our heart light with love. That is not limited by anything except our own imagination. So free your mind, free your heart. Give your heart light, give your heart love to whomever, wherever you would like to bestow it. And give some of your heart light to yourself. And we'll just sit here in the silent meditation, feeling into our heart light, feeling into the pleasure it gives us to share our heart light, the joy, the compassion, the tenderness, wherever you are directing it. It is your authentic and beautiful and unique power. And to deepen the breath. Still breathing in and out through the heart, still feeling that movement under the hands. Let's take an inhale and an exhale, and an inhale, sighing it out. Ah. And let's take a lovely Om together. So we'll just inhale deeply. Om. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings in the world be happy and free. So we'll get started this morning. I think we'll do some gratitude breathing over on the mat before we begin with the lunar Chandra Namaskar, the lunar salutation. If you have blocks for practice, that can be really helpful, especially one on either side of the mat. If you feel like you want a blanket for under your knees, I'm not sure we're doing that much on our knees today. We'll see. Blankets are always good though for at the end of practice to cover yourself up and keep yourself warm. So let's meet on the mat in a cross-legged position and take it from there. If this is a good moment to grab a sip of water, you might want to do that. Okay, let's make our way over. It is also Thursday, which means it's the last day of practice for the week. We'll start again next Monday. I encourage you all, as always, to find time over the weekend to whoops, to find your own sadhana, find your own daily practice, whatever that looks like, whether it's just a short meditation, whether you simply come into presence with yourself and listen to your body, listen to your heart. If you just want to send your heart energy to someone, you can practice the breath work exercise, the box breathing, holding the breath for 4 counts, inhaling 4, holding 4, exhaling 4, and holding 4. Any of the breathing techniques that we do here, it's always a great way. If your daily practice is merely coming into presence and awareness of the breath, breathing through the heart, feeling the expansion and contraction as an expansion and contraction through the heart as the breath moves through the body. These are all wonderful techniques. Giving yourself 5 minutes to ask yourself how you feel, not how you feel in relation to external factors and what your phone is saying and what the news is saying, but how do you feel in your body? What does your body need? So yes, daily practice, and if you feel called to dance, I would say go and dance. And if you feel called to go and do a yoga class, that's great too. Just in your body, allow your body to experience pleasure. If you can find a way to hug and kiss, please do. That is just bringing physical joy to an embodied place, is going to elevate however you are operating. And I would say turn down the volume on those external factors. Turn down the volume on the external measurements of, am I doing this right? And am I successful enough? And all of that stuff outside of ourselves that is not the authentic expression of our embodied brilliance, of our embodied hearts, but the things that we measure ourselves against. Let that go. Go and dance. Go and kiss somebody. Okay, we'll bring our hands overhead with our inhale. Hands come to prayer, prayer comes to heart, and just offering such love and gratitude for this vessel, this vehicle, this instrument of consciousness, this beating heart, these knees, these this smiling face. What a thing it is to be in the body. Enjoy your body, my friends. Enjoy your body. It's kind of incredible. It's not kind of incredible. It's truly incredible. So go out and enjoy your body. And inhaling, your arms come overhead. Hands come to prayer. Prayer comes to heart. Giving love and gratitude for all the people on the planet, all the people that have been in my life and been my teachers, who have touched me and moved me and inspired me and made me wonder at who are they? Just incredible people, the people I don't know, the people I learn from daily but have never met. Teachers, I adore you, and I am so grateful for you, all of you. And the teachers who teach me by being different in their opinion to me, different in their views to me. Just all beings, all sentience, thank you. Thank you for existing. Thank you for having your soul path here alongside mine. And inhaling, the arms come up, hands to prayer, prayer to heart, offering sincere love and gratitude for this planet, for this wonderful place with all of its countries and continents and landscapes and seas and weather and clouds and rain. It's an extraordinary thing to be on the earth. And on a day such as today, I'm thinking of Scotland and what a beautiful country Scotland is. I love it so much and I miss it. Just thank you for the experience of being an embodied human on this beautiful planet that nurtures and sustains us all. Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, and Jai Ma. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And your hands can fall to your knees. And if you're curious what I just said, Jai Ma, Jai literally means victory, and Ma, mother. And we might sing out a Jai Ma today because it's giving thanks to the mother of us all, which is this planet that always nurtures us, that always sustains us, no matter what we do, no matter what our actions are, no matter where our consciousness is. The mother always gives and is there and offers such sustenance and beauty unconditionally at all times. And we are so grateful. So Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma. We are going to do our moon salutation. So having a block at either side of the mat can be helpful for this. If you don't have blocks, that's fine. We can always use the shin or parts of the body to hold instead of the blocks when we come to those positions. You're not going to need blankets for the lunar salutation, and it is just a little bit chilly in here still. I was hoping that I might be able to do the lunar salutation without my enormous jumper, but I don't think so. And anyway, it's not about looking at my body, it's about being in your experience. So you're going to come to one side of the mat. If the top side here is your right, I know this is difficult. Let's just say you're going to come to the bottom of your mat, and that's the top. And you're going to stand in parallel at the bottom. And the first thing we're going to do is just raise our arms overhead in a wide circle, describing the shape of the beautiful full moon. And then our hands come together, pointer fingers press up. And then you're just going to tilt to the right. And then come back to standing and tilt to the left and come back to standing, and then we'll step out to a 5-pointed star and just feel that for the moment. Feet are turned out, arms reach out, your head is reaching up. It's all as if the 5 points of your extremities are going in 5 sacred directions, and you take that sacred energy flowing out in all 5 directions and bending into the knees and engaging your core. You come into goddess pose. And it's like, instead of sending out, we are now receptive. We are receiving. We are receptive and in our sovereignty here. Just let the pose sit for a moment, keeping the torso over the hips, trying not to bend forward, lifting the arms, lifting the heart center, receiving. And then we'll come everything to straight. You're going to point your left foot, let's say, to the left side of the mat. Legs are going to remain straight, and we're going to come into triangle pose. So you're going to reach forward, 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 and you're really bending right here at the hip. So this is where you're folding. And your torso is literally just folding over that hip point. Nothing else is moving as you reach forward. And then this is a great place to have a block to hold, support your hand. If you don't have a block, use your shin. Block can be on any setting. And then finding your Trikonasana, legs are straight, The inner thighs move together as if they were going to kiss. So your top inner thigh is kind of curling in and your bottom inner thigh is curling up, as if they could kiss right in the middle of the two inner thighs. And then really feeling the length of your spine in this position, allowing the crown of your head to really extend. And it's as if you could press into that bottom hand in order to give the bottom ribs more length on the side. So yes, you're feeling length here, but you're going to feel length here as well. And that's what you're looking for. So just take the support necessary to find length on the bottom side of your ribs. And then we're going to place our hand down next to the other hand here, bending into that knee. And you're just coming into a runner's lunge here. So spinning up on the back foot onto the ball of the foot. And you just find that runner's lunge, really beaming that back leg straight, heart center forward, and then folding over the leg in a modified pyramid. Softening at the hip flexor to find the fold. You need to block your hands here for extra support. And take the support you need. You said yesterday, having support. I'm going to bend into the knee and we're going to come into a side lunge before I go there. So we're going to make our way around, turning the top foot out, and then the bottom leg comes to straight, toes point up. If you can, that top foot, the heel will come to the ground. If not, you might place some support underneath it. And you're just here in a side lunge, Sakandasana. And this is really going to stretch this inner thigh here. So I was saying, taking support or not taking support is not reflect. Sorry, our Zoom got cut for a moment and I happened to be looking at the screen right when the Zoom cut out. So apologies for that break. I guess that was a internet break, internet pause. I will try and edit it later, but I have a feeling that, yeah, we'll see what we can do with the editing later. So you're in your side lunge. I've just sat down because this is what feels right for me. Because I did want to say, and I started to say before the internet cut out, having support or not having support, being seated here or being on a block or all of these things, they are not indicative of having a more or less advanced practice. The more or less advanced practice is you having a relationship with what you need. So knowing this is what my body needs to feel good and authentic during the pose. So sometimes that's support and sometimes it isn't. And it really is the crux of how much consciousness you're putting into your experience. And so I just wanted to say that and not go on about it forever. And we'll take our side lunge to the other side. And because I sat down on this side, I'm going to sit down on this side too. So I feel free to encourage you to do that as well. Hopefully our internet won't cut out again. That was unexpected. Expect the unexpected. Wow. I hope it didn't put anyone off, but and we'll come back to the full side lunge. Again, your ankle may or may not be on the floor. It's really your heel, may or may not be on the floor here. It's really about what experience is correct for you. And then we'll turn towards that knee and come into our runner's lunge again.
Really feeling and allowing yourself to stretch out that back leg hip flexor that may need it. And then straightening the front leg, the front in this orientation anyway, and folding over the leg into a pyramid. And just letting the weight of the body fall. Spinning the back heel down. And then reaching into your triangle. Just again, feeling the length of the spine. Please take support if you need it. You can put your hand here, here on a block. Anything that allows there to be length through the chest, along from the tailbone to the head, and really, again, bringing consciousness to the lower ribs in the pose, because you're going to feel the upper ribs extending, but you really want to feel the lower side of the body ribs extension too. And feel it. It's not about how it looks, but really understanding how your body feels. Do you feel extended? Do you feel constricted? And then we'll come up to standing and use your hands for support if you need. 5-pointed star. Feel that engagement, and then bend into your goddess pose. We'll bring weight into that right foot or left foot and come to the bottom of the mat again. Arms go up. We point to the left. We point to the right. And we come down, describing that full moon. And we'll take one more, I think because of the internet interruption. Bending to the right, bending to the left, reaching out, 5-pointed star, bending into goddess, lifting the heart center and straightening the limbs, coming into triangle. Feeling triangle, and then turning into a runner's lunge, bending over the front leg, modified pyramid, and then bending into your side lunge, your skandasana. Moving to the other side, feeling into the skandasana on the second side, coming to the runner's lunge, coming to the pyramid, straightening that leg, that front leg that you're now bending over. Spinning the back heel down, bringing the top arm up into triangle. Coming up to a 5-pointed star, feet turn out, bending into goddess, lifting the heart. Weight into that right knee. Push yourself to the top of the mat. Torso goes to the left. Torso goes to the right. Hands describe the circle. Let's do one more, and we'll move through it quickly together. Inhaling, exhale. 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 Inhale, exhale. Inhaling, 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 exhale. So we'll turn and face the top of the mat. Inhale, arms come overhead. Exhale, we'll come into a forward fold and just hang here, letting there be a big bend in the knees, letting there be a nice, generous bend in the knees, and just feeling into your forward fold here. Uttanasana. Allowing the lower spine to stretch, feeling the weight of the torso on the top of the legs, just bending into the knees as much as you need to really feel that contact, feel gravity pull. And then we'll inhale, lengthen the spine, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale back into your forward fold, but immediately start walking into your downward facing dog. And you're just going to pedal each leg out in downward dog here. Not spent too much time in downward dog today, but it's nice to stretch the back of the legs out. Really lifting the tailbone and then coming forward into a plank. Feeling the line of energy from the heels to the crown of the head, really letting the hands press into the ground. And then you're just going to bring your knees down. Lift the heart, lift the tail. Curl in, lifting up between the shoulder blades, feeling that area. Lift the heart, lift the tail. And then curl in. And then allow yourself to just come down to the mat on your belly. Let your hands rest by your side, palms face down. Forehead is on the ground. And we'll just press our hips in, lifting the legs, lifting the head, keeping the back of the neck long, looking down directly beneath you. And then lift the hands. And just really activate and energize your limbs here in your Shalabhasana. And then slowly you can let the body come back to the ground. We will press our hands underneath our shoulders and just lift the heart center slowly and then into our knees, coming back over our hips. Knees are wide, toes touch, child's pose. And then you're going to slowly roll up onto your ankles, onto your ankles. This is the ankle part. And then I'm going to have you just scoot your hips to one side and we'll come into a wide-legged straddle on the mat. Again, just really allowing the flesh to move from underneath the sit bones. You can sit on the edge like a corner of a blanket that allows the pelvic bowl to drop forward, which is what we want. So just really feeling this position here, and then we will first reach our arms in a T, and we're going to face the left leg and reach out over the right, And just keep our arms active, and then just let the right hand fall wherever, and then reach that left arm up and overhead. And at first, let's just reach straight vertically up above us, as if you were gonna change the bulb in the light above you. And actually just even feel that movement. Move the wrist as if you were unscrewing a light bulb or screwing it back in. And notice how that plays out in the ribs. And then really keeping that left hip point on the ground. Start to take the left hand toward the corner where the wall and ceiling meet. As if you could reach between that corner where the wall and ceiling meet together. And then coming back up. And then we'll face the right leg. Reaching over the left leg, letting the left hand fall over. And just again, letting that right arm come up. And at first we'll just be vertical, completely vertical. As if I was reaching for that light, I'm going to change the bulb and actually just moving the wrist here as if I was changing the light bulb. And then taking that right hand and reaching it to the left, just as if I could slide my hand between the place where the wall and the ceiling meet. And really feeling the openness across the chest. And then we'll bring that back up. Arms are wide as a T, and then you will orient yourself towards the right leg, bringing the torso to face the right toes. And then finding length in your spine, you're just going to fold over that leg, using any support that is helpful for you to access the fold. And it can be good here to press into your right hand and to take your left hand and grab the right foot. And you can press into that right hand and help turn the torso to the right. Allowing the hip flexor to soften. Allowing yourself to be in your fold. And then pressing into the hands, coming back. And we will face the left leg, torso facing those left toes, pointing up. And again, inhale, find some length, open the heart center. Exhale, again. You can use the left hand here to really press into the mat while your right hand takes hold of the left foot. And really finding softness in the hip flexor. That's really going to help you deepen into your fold more than straining on the hamstring or the glute. It's much more about softening in the hip flexor. When we bring these parts of awareness online, it changes the experience of how we access movement. And pressing into your hands, coming up. And then what we'll do is we're going to come forward into a forward fold here, Upavishta. If accessing this fold is uncomfortable, I would really encourage you to take some support under your forehead. This could even be 2 blocks, and just allowing yourself to rest wherever your forehead reaches so that you can really let the weight of your body fall. This is not a strain, this is not uncomfortable, but this is just like, oh, I'm allowing the weight of my head to just pour through my forehead onto the block or blocks. Take whatever support you need to access the pose. Again, having something to prop the hips up can feel really nice here, and allow yourself to just deepen into the fold. Really letting the weight of your body almost pour through your forehead. Feeling relaxed here, feeling release here. And as we're here, just imagining as the third eye connects to whatever is beneath it, receiving its weight. There's a beautiful, bright, brilliant vortex of water, liquid, pouring through the third eye, this very thin, almost electrical-like vortex of liquid, pouring out of the third eye, deep into the earth, carrying on its current anything in the mind, anything in the being, just releasing it to the earth. Jema, Jema, Jema. Gracias, Madre. Letting the earth receive whatever needs to get released through the third eye on this beautiful vortex of liquid. Allowing your consciousness to follow this stream of light. As you feel that vortex of light, water, dissipating into the earth, deep, 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 compressing to your hands, and slowly make your way back up to a seat. We're going to come onto our backs. You can take your hands underneath your knees, just bring them in and pivot round on your hips so that you're on your back. And we'll let the knees fall to the left, and you may want to take the left ankle on the right knee. A little stretch here. And letting that go. Knees come up. Knees fall to the right. Take the right ankle on the left knee. Let go. And then we'll just find our hips on the ground, taking a slight roll up, letting ourselves stretch the front of the hip flexors in a very shallow bridge, just wherever you want to be here. And then rolling down again. You're going to hug the knees in to the chest, curling up into a little ball, and then exhaling, letting everything go on the mat, letting the base of the spine relax, the shoulder girdle, the jaw. Let everything go. Let it all go. Allowing yourself to just sink in and release. Notice where you're holding. Give yourself permission to relax. beginning to feel just this barest awareness of movement, moving across the fingertips, across the toes, deepening the breath. Allow movement to awaken through the body. Letting the head roll from side to side. And finding fetal position on one side and resting there for a moment. And then we're going to just roll up. You're in a seat and your eyes are closed and you're still connected to your heart. The inhale and exhale through the heart. The inhale and exhale as you feel the life force of your body buzzing inside its vessel. And you may bring your hands back to the heart center and feel free to join me or simply listen. We will chant a little Jema together just to close out the practice together today. Jema, Ujema, Jema, Jema, Ujema, Ujema, Jema, Jema, Ujema, Ujema, Jema, Jema, Ujema, Ujema, Jema, Jema. Allow the voice to come from your heart. Ujema, Ujema, Jema, Jema, Ujema, Ujema, Jema, Jema, Ujema, Ujema, Jema, Jema, Ujema, Ujema, Jema, Jema. Two more times. Ujema, Ujema, Jema, Jema, Ujema, Ujema, Jema, Jema. And we'll inhale to Om, inhaling. Dema, namaste. Thank you for joining me. You are all such beautiful and extraordinary beings, and you all have these beautiful instruments of consciousness. I hope that over the next few days you go out and find ways to discover and experience your body in a way that gives you joy and pleasure, and that you can share your generous heart love and heart light with all of those around you, near and far. Thank you for joining me.
Have a beautiful weekend, and I will see you all soon, I hope. Take care, everybody.